That was my favorite.
Why do you think this summit's important?
I think the summit is important because I think that it's a symbol for us as a community that we have to come together, that we should never forget where we came from.
I'm Derek Cruz, FAHMS Vice President and
Stephanie Cosby, Secretary of State.
College Network, and it's unbelievable as far as the direction of the so-called East Coast is heading towards.
Freddie, you're handling the media, you're handling the VIPs, so that the students know who are they supposed to, you're going to be there at the table itself.
Absolutely.
Now, who do you want the teachers to socialize with?
That's right, the teachers.
The teachers are here now. They're here for a purpose. They're here to meet the parents, they're here to meet the students.
And what the Cordova War is about is what Uncle Fred and Auntie Dorothy represents in years. That's 41 years. And they're still doing it. So, role models like that is very, very rare.
Yeah, we believe that's what you stand for. That's what you are. Dedicated to the youth since 1957.
Yeah.
And then you're honored. We honor others with this award. And I'll give a picture of his head. Hey, we'll see you, bro.
Okay, now write it down.
I was sure I forget. She's like, yo, you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, you give them 2 minutes. Right?
Some may not even be that long.
So Uncle Fred gets all this stuff, right? Then what do we do?
Then what do we do? What do we do after that?
Then you do the award.
Okay, Freddie, I've invited about 84 multicultural clubs.
Invited.
84?
I've had 3 responses already. So.
Already?
Yeah.
Good, you just nailed it up yesterday.
2 yeses and 1
People
no.
are responding already.
Is it going to be possible for you guys from the different schools for your people to be there on time? Because you guys are coming from different places.
What time? What time is considered on time?
John?
On time is, see, you run on Filipino time, so I say 3 o'clock. And so everybody be there by 4. No, I'm just kidding. 4 o'clock, man.
Okay, are you're facilitating?
What number you want? After 1, if they can't think of anything new, they're out. Registration committee, you have to look as far as where these people are coming from. You have to register it so that you have at least 10 people that they don't know.
And as a facilitator, am I supposed to be helping them get answers?
You just go, okay guys, see what's gonna happen is you're gonna have the anthology. Food, the greatest cooks and foods from the Philippines. That was his answer. And as a facilitator, you go, well, what do you think? You think that's one of the contributions? Type of thing. So you'll have at least 9 or 10 answers right there, right off the bat.
I just have to get us out by the food manager.
Well, all we did is had a table, we had our own food. They had that for the college class. Back next to you.
The alumni too, FAHMS alumni. Go there who's saying, oh, alright, see what I'm saying? So singers gotta practice again too then.
Thursday is just rehearsal. No one's leaving until they get it right.
I never thought it would be like this, and me being new and everything, it was really different, and I really learned a lot.
Well, I think it's important because it brings the community together. We learn about each other, we meet more people. It's just something to bring unity.
Who's at the Youth Summit? How come you ain't here? Huh? Why ain't you here? Well, you a part-time Filipino or what? You should be here. See ya.
learned a lot of things about myself. Let me share something with you. The Filipino tradition for your middle name. What's your middle name? Jason. Yeah, you're right. It's your mom's last name, okay? So you take it as your middle name. Okay, tell you the truth, my name is Jonathan Joel Magalit. And if everybody knows Tagalog, Magalit means angry.
That is the routine of our lives. With this goal, we have to become a significant part of Dr. Cordova's life.
A token of our appreciation for all you have done to inspire and educate the Filipino community as well as others. Through your words and what you have done, we the members of FAHS feel we have made a friend for life. Thank you.
Kevin Luong and Catherine Bautista. Our president cannot be with us.
And you can see firsthand how that, just the poem, has evolved into something like this, and a big positive outlet for our youth to be involved with from VCU and MCV. This right here, it's a bell that translates to May the Force be with you.
So I would hope that one of these days, any one of you can also enjoy the same privilege I have tonight and be honored by your younger brothers and sisters.
Good evening. First of all, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you coming out tonight, because half the battle of this so-called movement that we have is showing up. And by the looks of all of you, I'm just deeply touched. So let's give ourselves a hand for showing up. You, Jonathan, will tell you, this is not easy. This is not easy. And to see Alex Gemino, take charge at VCU and just enlighten the minds of people.
You still mess up,
when you leave here, let's make sure that lumpia is going to stay lumpia. Ponsit is ponsit, okay?
Thank you very much. As much as I say to you, I love you. Thank you.
Filipino high school is a crazy year, so and if you're from high school, you guys need to be there in the morning, okay? You're not clapping anymore, are you?
The favorite part of the summer was, I think, doing the 3 questions, and after getting into our little groups, getting into the bigger group, and then discussing the 3 questions in general.
What it is? All nice and decent with the crew. This is a connection.
Mary. We have to. That's a good point. Oh my God, it's not even
High school. Speaking Green High School. Glen Taylor High School. Tony Washington High School. Cordova High School. Western Grace High School. I forgot college we had. James Madison University. Cordova High School in the house. Green Run High School in here. And how many of these people are here tonight? I don't know. I'm sure they are. Salem High School.
And also at CSC,
that he is a U.S. congressman. He is one of Congressman Scott is part of the process. I'm sure all of you know what's going on with President Clinton in terms of the impeachment process.
I know. We are more. We are more than what they think. We are more than what whatever else we call ourselves. But our souls are and will always be un-Filipino.
The true love of God is love of our land. Reason tells us to get in thy heart, the height of honor, pride, and true happiness is to die in order to save one's country. Galaya! 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 It is time for the light of truth to shine. It is time for us to spread the truth before us. By those after us, these islands of our birth, our native land, Las Filipinas. Mabuha! 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 Mabuha Las Filipinas! I'm the heart of it. Out from the depths of ignorance, out from the layers of colonial lies, it is now time to hear, and now heed the Italian's battle cry. Mine is the heart of the caravan. Mine is the soul of the Italian. It is time for revolution. Hear the chimes of revolution. Strike now!
Sa dibdib mo'y buhay, upang hinirang, tunyan ka ng mahitig sa matulubig. Di ka pasisiil sa lahat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong lupa. May nilalang tula at langit sa kanyang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawag mo'y tagumpay na nanininig. Ang bituin na naharap mo'y kalanta, may magdidilim. Lumalang
figure out how all like the history of our struggle, history of the war, stereotypes, characteristics, how that all plays into like eventually how
we're back in the Philippines, come to see like all that respect and like we know their history and what they've been through, so you get to be more respectful for that, and then when you come back, you be so.
And to expand on one, we might get another idea, so go ahead and expand.
So right there, my mom got divorced from my dad, and she married a white man. They have a big family, but I'm still close to both parents. But outside the sea, so a little brother, he's says you have to tell your people to stop leaving this place and stop eating the dogs in the neighborhood. And it's called Hot Dog. Now in Illinois, there's a place called I think Dogtown, Illinois, and there's a high school there.
actually it's the home of the Fighting Eagles. That's comes from Bobby Scott, who was the first Filipino American selected to Congress.
I don't know anything. I mean, that's what I'm trying to learn, that my kids know something. And I mean, I think we don't learn now. Filipino Americans aren't going to know the language. They're not going to know anything. They're not going to know more than like buzzwords. What's that going to do? Yeah, so I mean,
each other. We always hear about these Filipino gangs going after other Filipino gangs. They're coming up with Filipinos getting together with Filipinos. Like, a lot of you guys in here, if you didn't know me, you saw me on the street, you probably be like, oh, who does he think he is? What? Yeah, you're like, but like, a lot of people in here, a lot of people in this school right now that I usually wouldn't be normally wouldn't be friends with, are coming together as one now because of these youth groups, and they're being friends. But they would normally, if they saw me outside, they'd have beef with me or something like that.
Now that you're doing that, you like kind of come, like part of the community as a leader. So in doing so, you have to stop fighting. You have to be a good role model for the people younger and for the people who don't know. And that means, a lot of things. That means being a good person. See, all of you have moral responsibility here.
Like, I'll meet their parents. And be like, what's your parents' name? Oh, Manny and Karina. What's their last name? Like,
yeah, they always ask last names. It's like,
so when they that's how it has to stay if we're gonna continue to be a close-knit community. We just gotta stay tight with each other, pretty much.
And like family. Filipino Americans from 100 years from now, if we keep doing what we're doing, I think that our pride will still be going on, our history will be known, and other people will be proud of us, and maybe we'll influence another group to do the same.
My mom always said, if we don't pass on the culture, that it will just die away. But a lot of people don't know that there was a Filipino way of writing, kind of like the Japanese characters, Chinese characters. Yeah, and if people don't continue passing on the culture, then it'll be just like what Filipino writing is. A lot of people don't know about it, so we don't pass on our culture, no one will know about it.
Was it just 5 or 6? Just start teaching little things like talk to them in Tagalog, or just get respect going in.
Say phrases.
Yeah, exactly. And just tell them about your history. Instead of just I work really hard. I walk in the snow.
As kids, you may have little kids. Yeah. So what are kids' kids are called? When your grandchildren are 30, that's basically what that's.
And they have.
That's funny. That's funny. Zach, what was that?
Good question.
About this whole thing, I hope a lot of you struggle through these questions, because it should be a struggle.
But the point is all this, and the reason why I'm so proud about the uniform today, above and beyond the fact that many of my predecessors are guys, was because he couldn't. They wouldn't let him. Okay? And so for all of you out there who may be in the military or anybody out there who has thoughts about it, I want to remind you this very simple fact, that I wouldn't be standing here today wearing this uniform and an officer in the United States Navy if it wasn't for men like my father. And all the other men and women out there who have given their lives for this country, who both were Filipino in descent, but fought for their country, the United States. That's my unique history.
Okay, hi, my name is Jane. The question was, what effects did Filipino Americans have on Filipino people? The answer that I chose to tell y'all would be a slight loss of culture in the Filipinos. It would be like they see how Filipino Americans, the lives in America seems a little bit more better than back home, and they try to copy the culture that we have grew up with over here in America as their own. So now, somewhat sort of, their culture was somewhat lost.
My class was more Americanized. Actually, that's one of the answers. More Americanized. Like physical features, people can look bad. Like that, like people interracial marriages, they have kids, and I mean, no one's gonna be pure Filipino or pure African American anymore.
Maybe like back in the mentalities that we can only be Navy cooks and nurses and stuff, but we've shown that we could be clinical psychologists and doctors and artists and just everything. So that's our answer.
Okay, our group came up with the Filipino people, Filipino American people will probably be better representative due to the fact that people are realizing that they can have better jobs, even have professional jobs, and just be more successful than just being a cook in the Navy or a nurse or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, our answer, I guess, since a lot of it has to do with culture and everyone's taking that, I'd have to say increase in population. Right now, Filipinos are the fastest rising immigrants to America next to, behind Mexicans actually. And just increasing immigration, we're gonna just keep coming over. Yeah.
I'm just a Well, what we in my group discussed with group number 6 is, in order to even last 100 years, we need to quit all the fighting between Filipinos and Filipinos. I guess that's why youth groups and youth summits like this are good, because they bring Filipinos who normally wouldn't be cool with each other outside of the school, and they bring us together and unite us as one. And then we all get together and we act as a family instead of acting as, oh, I run this clique and I run that clique, and my clique's gonna go jump your clique or whatnot. So yeah, I guess we just need to stop the fight at the last.
Everybody pretty much said what I was going to say, but the Filipino American 100 years from now will be different from like us. Look around you, we pretty much still, carry the same Filipino characteristics, whether it be nose, face, eyes, hair color. But Dr. Mabalon said that the Filipinos are the #1 race to be intermarried. Is that right? Interracial marriages. So even though our faces may be different, as long as each of us, promises to maintain and preserve our culture, we won't forget it and it won't be lost in the next 100 years.
A lot of the answers are already said too, but I was thinking that there's going to be more awareness among the Filipino American community, because see, a few years ago you wouldn't find any clubs in any schools, but see, our growing awareness of wanting to know more about our culture and ourselves, we could do functions like these, like the summit, and with this we could learn more about our culture and ourselves.
What will Filipino America be like 100 years from now? My answer is kind of... Okay, involvement in our country through politics, social, economic grounds, be it with other ethnicities or nationalities, African American, Hispanics, and so on, will be very strong. Leading to this would be a close tie to our community, our Filipino community. Then together as Pinoys, with all those others who have been oppressed, we will run this melting pot called America. Now, what role do you have as an individual to get us there? Leadership. I'm going to leave you with phrase. Malapit na ang oras. The hour is near. It is time that we unite and stand up and become one nation.
Dr. Nanette receiving hers for her keynote this afternoon. I want to share just a few things. In 1985, thanks again to Dr. Bergagno, we were able to bring 99 young people here to Virginia Beach to do an exhibition with marching in at the drill team at that time. We came in from Maryland on 2 buses. We got here to Virginia Beach about 9 o'clock in the evening, and waiting for us was this community in a hall, ready for food. Typical Pinoy, get together, we're going to eat first. As our kids rolled off the buses, I heard a gasp from one of the parents outside, me coming out. My God, they're all Americans! Out of 99 kids, 16% were black. And all the rest were of all different kinds. I'd like to just share with you this idea of what is American? What does that mean? I have a friend who said to me, my daughter just married an American. And I said, like me? No, American. Yeah, like me? No, American. Now, I know what the heck he was talking about. Yeah, he was talking about a potato. But now, for some of you who don't know what potato is, right? The sense of America, what makes America different than all the other nations in the world, is that we are talking nationality. We're going to get that. Nationality, which comes from the word nation. Therefore, if you are an American, in the truest and the purest sense of the word, it is because you owe your allegiance to a nation, not to a race. And that's what makes America different. From the time ever since this land, inhabited by the Indians, became overrun by all the others, with the exception of the blacks. They were not overrun. They were brought here on slave ships. That this is what America has become. It's become a nation of various races, is what it's become. Just one other thing to consider, pure. I don't think Jose Rizal, the Philippine patriot, was pure, because he had Chinese in him and Spanish in him. I don't think Cardinal Sin, the eminent churchman of Asia, is Filipino, pure, because his mother was Chinese. I don't think San Lorenzo Ruiz, the first canonized saint of the Philippines, is pure, because he was also Chinese. Look around the room, and you'll find all different kinds of characters. In my file in FAHMS, for all the personnel folders, I call it the ABC files, assorted brown characters. Some of you have white faces and yellow faces, big eyes, small eyes, slanted eyes, droopy eyes, everything. We are, as Filipinos from the Philippines, ancestrally or whatever, a hybrid nation, a hybrid peoples. We've got East Indian in us. We have, besides the basic stock of Malay, Spanish in us, and don't you forget the Chinese in us as well, or the white in us, or the black in us. Consider that the first Filipinos were itim, negrito, ita. They weren't even blind. And then the anthropologists screwed everything up and called Igorots Indonesian. What's the difference? Because Indonesian are Malay too. So think in terms of the sense of America as a country of different ethnic groups, that once they have become American, they owe allegiance. I am Filipino and I'm damn proud of it because my race is Filipino. But I am an American because my nationality, I owe my allegiance to these United States. And when I went to the Philippines, my most prized possession, I hung on to it, was my passport. Because if I lost that passport while I was in the Philippines, I would have been dead in the water. It would not have been the Philippine government to pull me out. It would have had to be the American embassy to have pulled me out. And mga kapatid ko, when they introduced us, including Alan and Edwina and 40 of us that went there, they introduced us as Americans, even though we are as Filipino as everybody else. There's your difference. There is absolutely no conflict in the term Filipino American. As long as you take that variable, that equal sign, take off that hyphen, because I am not a hyphenated American. A hyphenated American is less than. I am an American. I am Filipino American. Filipino being the adjective to modify that noun American, to tell me what type of American I am.
Okay. And Dawn Mabalon.
What's up, y'all? Representing the West Coast. How you doing, That's really just a joke. We don't really do that on the West Coast. Actually, you see that on TV. I'm really happy to be here today. I'm going to be talking about, I'm taking it from the title of the video that I'm going to be showing you, Beats, Rhymes, and Resistance, Filipinos and Hip-Hop in Los Angeles. I'm going to be talking about hip-hop in LA. I consider myself a hip-hop scholar since I was in high school. Remember that line? Drive? And I come to you kind of as representing what I consider the West Coast flip renaissance. That Ray kind of referred to. A bunch of people on the West Coast putting out some really dope stuff. Artists, poets, academics, students, community organizers. We'll be showing you a film that I worked on with a bunch of friends about hip-hop, and then talking to you about hip-hop in general. A lot of what we've been talking about, what I've been hearing people talk about, has been about preservation and maintenance of whatever it means to be Filipino, Filipino American. And so in a sense, it's about looking back, right? It's about finding out what was lost, what was stripped from us, from colonialism, because of racism, and bringing it back to community. What I want to talk to you about right now is looking at what we're doing now and looking forward. What are we going to create? What are we going to do as Filipino American youth in terms of our culture, in terms of our identity? What are we going to pass on to our children about what we're doing right now? What we do on Friday and Saturday nights, what we do when we kick it with our friends. I don't have that many. I was going to ask
part of the summit, probably that dialogue that we just had in there, where a lot of the young brothers and sisters got a chance to like state their opinions, and Dawn did it in a way where, you know, they could do it openly without having to feel like repressed about their emotions or anything, and just get all the realness out about what was going on inside of them and all the issues she brought up about being Filipino American in the youth. So probably that dialogue part was probably the best.
The movement runs on food. Right here. If it wasn't for Manon Frank, Liz, Auntie Liz, the movement would starve. The movement will starve. Young men like this, John Eric, contributed to the movement. The movement must be fed for us to be strong, stronger and strongest.
to go around and look at somebody else's label, okay? You're going to be looking at person B, whatever person you're, another person. You're going to look at their label, and then you're going to tell them what you would say to a person who's like this label, okay? Like what thoughts run through your head when you think of this label, this name that you give to somebody, okay? 2, what do you think when you see somebody like this? What do you think when you meet somebody who's like this? What do you think about that person? Thank you. What ideas do you have about that person? Okay? And what other opinions have you heard from other people about what this person would be like? Whoever they are, right? Right? The problem with perceptions is that they get translated into power. Okay? And when you think sometimes you're Filipino, you don't have that much power, you have a lot of power. You have power over everything you say, you have power over everything that you do, you control your entire body. Okay? You have the choice whether or not to dog another Pinay or Pinoy. You have to treat your brothers and sisters with respect, or to use that power of perception to dog that other Filipino out.
So therefore, I must believe your contribution is equal to none.
You people fight one another? I hear so many are in gangs. What is up with that? Why is that the thing? And all the rest are in their cliques? They feel they're so superior? Why should I let some little Asian girl let me feel inferior? This is my country. My ancestors have died fighting for the rights you have today. What have you done to make this country better?
And I'm not free? How can we all be the same? Do you even know me? Sure, we stick together. Yeah, we have our cliques. But don't you have your own group of friends with whom you like to kick? There may be some bad brothers that give us all a bad name. So what about your ancestor that killed like it were a game? Are you proud of what they did? Are you proud that they enslaved? Are you gonna end up like them and bury my people alive in the grave? We all make mistakes. Those bad brothers, they're just misled. They're not half as bad compared to what your forefathers did. Your people fought each other too, you know. Division of South and North. It was white against white. Bullets flying back and forth. Drove deserving people from their deserving land. You could see green in their eyes and hear it in their demands.
What does it bring? What is its purpose? I tell you nothing. I feel like I'm torn. Why must this be? I'm a part of both. So where does that leave me?
A lot of you seem to take for granted how fortunate you are. Some of your Filipino parents, they work hard for you. I mean, you got the spoils, you know. And then what do? They come to America, man. They work hard. And some of you, man, I see how skilled you are. And that's it. Where's that respect that we all Filipinos have? I just want to go take on a gun and just shoot myself in the head, right? Because I want to live in the future, seeing nothing of my Filipino culture, right? I want to live my culture, man. I want to dance, sing, do all the cool stuff that I've been doing right now, man. But see, I don't have a gun on me, but I don't have my gun, but that comes to show that now it's our chance to preserve it. Because see, if we all respect one another, if we treat each other right, then we can make people like me live.
Question, what's your favorite type of chicken?
What?
Chicken. How do you like it prepared?
Chicken.
Extra crispy.
Fried chicken.
Like type of chicken, all the stuff my mom makes.
Rotisserie, I don't know.
Chicken, plain on chicken.
A dead one.
Hardee's fried chicken. Not warm, but cold with warm rice.
Excuse me.
How do you like chicken prepared?
What are you talking about?
You mean like adobo chicken? Yeah, adobo.
Oh, the adobo.
Adobo.
Oh man, got me chicken adobo, man. You know, I got it on my plate right here. So the chicken adobo, it's happening.